In the tapestry of Islamic teachings, self-control occupies a position of paramount importance. It is a virtue highly esteemed and deemed essential for spiritual growth and a fulfilling life. This inherent ability to restrain our impulses, desires, and emotions forms the bedrock of a righteous and balanced existence. Islam teaches that our souls are continuously engaged in a struggle. This struggle is between our higher, nobler aspirations and our base desires. Self-control is the weapon that empowers us to emerge victorious from this struggle. It allows us to make conscious choices aligned with our values and resist the temptations that lead us astray. The Quran and Hadith, the two primary sources of Islamic guidance, offer profound insights into the significance of self-control and provide practical strategies for its development. By understanding the causes of a lack of self-control and embracing the solutions offered by these divine sources, we can embark on a transformative journey towards mastering our inner selves. This journey of self-discipline is not merely about abstaining from what is wrong, but it is also about cultivating the strength to pursue what is right and fulfilling. One of the primary reasons we might find ourselves lacking self-control is the overwhelming allure of our desires. The human heart, by its very nature, is inclined towards pleasure and gratification. When these desires remain unchecked, they can easily gain dominion over our thoughts and actions, leading us down a slippery slope of instant gratification over long-term consequences. The Quran repeatedly cautions us against blindly following our desires. It reminds us that desires, when followed without restraint, can become a formidable barrier between us and Allah's guidance. Another significant factor contributing to a lack of self-control is the weakness of faith. When our connection with Allah is tenuous, our resolve to resist temptations weakens. Faith acts as a powerful anchor, constantly reminding us of our accountability to a higher power. This awareness of Allah's presence serves as a deterrent against succumbing to our base desires. It instills in us the understanding that true fulfillment lies not in worldly indulgences, but in seeking the pleasure of our Creator. Shaytan, in Islamic belief, is not merely an external force but a cunning whisperer who exploits our inherent weaknesses. He is adept at identifying our vulnerabilities and preys on them with precision. Shaytan's primary tactic is to entice us with the allure of immediate gratification, obscuring the long-term consequences of our actions. He paints a picture of worldly pleasures as irresistible, and magnifies our desires to a point where they seem insurmountable. Shaytan's whispers are often subtle and insidious, gradually chipping away at our resolve. He might make a sinful act seem appealing or convince us to delay an act of worship, slowly eroding our self-control over time. Recognizing Shaytan's tactics is crucial to fortifying our defenses against his whispers. We must remain vigilant and constantly seek refuge in Allah from his evil suggestions. By arming ourselves with the shield of faith and seeking guidance through prayer and remembrance of Allah, we can resist his attempts to lead us astray. In the face of challenges and temptations, the Quran offers patience, or sabr, as a potent antidote to impulsivity. Patience in the Islamic context is not merely enduring hardships passively, but responding to them with resilience and unwavering faith in Allah's plan. It is the ability to remain steadfast in our commitment to what is right, even when confronted with adversity or the allure of instant gratification. The Quran emphasizes that seeking help through patience and prayer is the key to navigating life's trials. It highlights that Allah is with those who are patient, offering them solace, strength, and ultimate success. Cultivating patience requires conscious effort and consistent practice. It involves training our minds to focus on the bigger picture, to delay gratification, and to seek fulfillment in Allah's eternal rewards, rather than fleeting worldly pleasures. By embracing patience as our guiding principle, we can resist the urge to react impulsively and make choices that are aligned with our long-term well-being. One of the most potent motivators for developing self-control is taqwa, the fear of Allah. This fear, however, is not rooted in terror or dread. Instead, it is a profound sense of reverence, awe, and love for our Creator, coupled with an awareness of His infinite power and justice. Taqwa serves as an internal compass, guiding us towards righteousness and deterring us from straying from the straight path. When we genuinely fear Allah, we are conscious of His constant presence and watchful eye. This awareness motivates us to abstain from actions that would displease Him and strive to earn His pleasure through acts of obedience and self-restraint. The Quran promises that those who fear Allah and restrain themselves from their desires will find refuge in paradise. This promise serves as a powerful incentive to cultivate taqwa in our hearts. By nurturing this fear, we are not only safeguarding ourselves against the consequences of our actions in the hereafter, but also unlocking the path to a more fulfilling and meaningful life in this world. Section 6. The role of prayer in strengthening resolve. Prayer, the second pillar of Islam, is not merely a ritualistic practice but a transformative act of worship that has a profound impact on our inner selves. It is a direct line of communication with Allah, a moment of stillness in our often chaotic lives where we can unburden our hearts, seek guidance, and find solace. The Quran explicitly states that prayer prohibits immorality and wrongdoing. This seemingly simple statement holds within it a profound truth. When we engage in sincere and heartfelt prayer, we are essentially reinforcing our connection with Allah, realigning our compass with His guidance. This connection strengthens our resolve, making us more resilient against the temptations that lead to a lack of self-control. Section 7. Prophetic guidance on controlling anger. Anger is a primal emotion, an intense surge of displeasure that can, if left unchecked, lead to impulsive actions and regrettable consequences. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, offered invaluable guidance on managing anger, recognizing its potential to derail even the most devout individuals. In a well-known hadith, a man approached the Prophet seeking advice. The Prophet's concise yet profound response was simply, "Do not get angry." This seemingly simple instruction underscores the importance of mastering this powerful emotion. The Prophet also suggested practical strategies for managing anger, such as changing one's physical position, performing ablution, ritual washing, or even remaining silent until the anger subsided. These techniques serve as valuable tools in our arsenal for combating impulsive reactions and promoting thoughtful responses. Section 8. The spiritual discipline of fasting. Fasting during the month of Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, an act of worship that goes beyond mere physical abstinence from food and drink. It is a spiritual discipline, a training ground for self-control that extends to all aspects of our lives. By denying ourselves basic necessities, we develop a heightened awareness of our desires and learn to master them. This control over our physical urges translates into greater control over our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Fasting teaches us patience, gratitude, and empathy. It reminds us of the countless blessings we often take for granted and fosters a spirit of compassion for those less fortunate. This heightened state of awareness and self-discipline, cultivated during Ramadan, serves as a springboard for maintaining greater self-control throughout the year. Section 9. The path to overcoming a lack of self-control. Overcoming a lack of self-control is an ongoing journey, one that requires consistent effort, unwavering commitment, and reliance upon Allah's guidance. Strengthening our faith is paramount to this endeavor. When our hearts are firmly rooted in the belief in Allah, His promises, and the Day of Judgment, we are less likely to succumb to fleeting desires that contradict our values. Engaging in regular acts of worship, such as prayer, fasting, and Quran recitation, nourishes our souls and strengthens our connection with Allah. This connection serves as a constant reminder of our accountability to a higher power and motivates us to strive for self-improvement. Practicing dhikr, the remembrance of Allah, is another powerful tool for enhancing self-control. By repeatedly invoking Allah's name and attributes, either through formal supplications or casual remembrance throughout the day, we create an atmosphere of mindfulness and focus. This heightened awareness of Allah's presence helps to keep our desires in check and guides us toward making choices that are pleasing to Him.